Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how to use an inside or an internal micrometer. This is the working piece of the instrument. This happens to be a star at 124, which has a ½ inch of range total. You'll see that it has a set of extension rods. So right now I've got the shortest rod in there, meaning this is going to go from 2 to 2½ inches. So you only have 1/2 of an inch of travel on this model. Other models may have an inch of travel. This one only has a ½ inch. To make up the other ½ inch, there's a little sleeve here that we can install. So I just loosen this knurled nut. Oops. Install the sleeve on the anvil, the spindle, and then I put it back in place, making sure it's nice and secure. Now this is going to measure from 2½ to 3. The other rods will go all the way up to, I think, about, in this case, 8½. Use it in a very similar way to a regular micrometer. We need to select the rod and the spacer needed for the nominal size that we've got right here. These can be a little bit fiddly and take a little bit of technique. As you can see right now, it's set up, I'm pretty loose. So I've got to back this out a little bit. And again, on smaller sizes like this, it's kind of difficult to get your fingers in, especially if you're kind of a little fat-fingered like I am. But what I'm trying to do here is get a feel for when it's not loose. You see right now I've got a lot of movement there. So I'm just going to open it up just a little bit more, making sure it's truly horizontal. Keep moving it back and forth until it just starts to snug up, which is going to be about there, I think. Maybe go in just a little bit, make sure I'm fully level. And what you want to do is kind of rock it through the diameter a couple of times to make sure there's just a light drag. And right in there it feels a little loose, still a little loose. Right there feels pretty good, actually. There's a lot of friction in the thimble, and so from there there's no lock, but I can go ahead and read it. And it's just like reading the other mics, as we've talked about previously. And in this case, I'm reading 0.475, 0.495, I think. Let's see. Oh, no, it's 0.496 would be at my number. This, you'll notice, does not have the vernier scale for a 10,000ths. If you want to measure in 10,000ths using this device, you should now take a outside micrometer and measure this from there. It becomes a transfer measurement device. Okay, pretty simple. A little fiddly again in the smaller spaces. Once you get up to the larger rods, you'll be able to get in there pretty well.